Oh man,
right.
So they've already gotten their champ picks. We're gonna get into this early. It's not really early, a little bit late. It's pretty late for us. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm tired.
Excel was. No, it's not! Is it? It is. It is. Excel Wizards.
You doubted yourself there, huh? The Transatlantic Dream Team getting all the way into the final. Stro and 9 physicals. Going against Excel Wizards, a team that we've seen time and time again. Finlev and Niwa making a name for themselves in dubs, but they've now brought Skywind into their triage.
Triage. Finlev, Skywind, and Niwa. Finlev doing really, really well on Taya today. Meanwhile, Physicals, Nye, and Stro not doing too badly themselves.
Already mid-control, taken by the Transatlantic Dream Team, but we know with the Rakan, it does not seem to matter. He can pull in whatever he wants. Skywind trying to chase down Stro. We're going to see Nye taking a good bit of damage. Oh, the M2 does not land on Skywind. It actually hits the wall instead. Going to get a pull. Oh, silence directly out of that pull.
Nice combination of moves from Excel Wizard will put them in a good spot in this match. And I think they're going to try to ride it out here. Their momentum is high in their favor, but if they try to push a little too aggressively, they could lose their advantage. I think they need to secure the next center orb to comfortably see themselves in a position where they can push aggressively very hard. But well, here comes the ultimate pop from Rakan. He's trying to see what he can make happen. Uldural is the response. Will get stunned up, but Clarity immediately. And Niwa keeping his teammate up.
Nye is about 1 boomerang away. Instead, he's going to go down to, I believe that was a Rakan M2, getting flicked over where he's landing. Physical's going to try and push down on Skywind. He's going to try and put out the damage. He goes in material. Will he be able to do it? Oh, but the orb gets taken by Finlev. He now has the Piggy. He's going to pop the Piggy. Maybe Stro does have his ultimate. So maybe after the Piggy's been popped, he will stun afterwards. Oh, we get the chop, chop, chop. So Sky was able to get out of that.
Nice counter from Physicals.
Good counter from Fizz.
Piggy is popped, and here comes the Eldora ultimate. Will actually dodge it, and Taya hits into the counter again, but Shifu gets taken down the instant the immaterial drops, leaving Stro all alone, and will get taken down. Excel Wizards answers the first round with a win. I think that the center orb control and the opening moments of the game gave so much momentum to Excel Wizards. It's crazy to see how much damage Finlev was able to do onto Physicals before Physicals decided to pop the counter, and even then Finlev was patient enough and didn't hit the counter, and so Physicals was caught in a situation where he was deep into enemy territory with no mobility available and no chance to trade damage, and that's where Finlev really started running away with it.
I don't think I would have ever expected to see Taya against Eva in the finals.
Yeah, that's a new one.
But I'm happy about it. Again, immediate control, but with Rakan, it doesn't seem to matter. You can always pull that orb towards you and get that good burst damage, especially with an M2. Taking out time better, does not waste his left click. Sky doing a great job of using his cancel. Gonna try and hone down on Eva. She uses the zap on herself.
There's a big vortex on
pull,
two.
but now we're gonna see a Chrono Flux go up. Gotta be careful, don't snipe yourself like we saw last time so many times, but Nye down to about a 3rd health. They get the orb though, able to heal up just a little bit. Finlev hastes around, trying to get as much as she can, but Chrono Flux protecting Stro from some damage, but doesn't help his allies as much as it could have.
Finlev just barely whiffing an X boomerang, and that was mainly because of cooldowns pop both by Nye and by Physicals. And Skywind actually took a lot of damage chunked from his health bar, and they will actually lose a center orb as well, and so Transatlantic Dream Team are building up a lot of advantages for themselves. Right now, Niwa getting pressured, having trouble healing up everybody on his team, and soon enough, this pressure is going to really put a nail in the coffin, and here comes the Whirling Blade, gets stunned up by the X-Boomerangs instantly, and that's a good response. 2 big sticks of butter here, and there's that bouncing taser. When will Excel Wizards decide to spend their resources? It's going to be a very key moment for them when they do.
I don't know, they've been bleeding a lot of energy by hitting and not actually using any of their energy. We see Haze come out. Well, I think Finlev wants to make sure that he doesn't get stunned right out of it. There's a Petrify. This might be an opportunity, less people to take him out of it. He's taking a lot of damage. He has yet to pop the Piggy. He used a Tornado now instead. He's not going to go for it. I think he just feels a little bit too threatened by potential Chrono Fluxes and whatnot.
Oh no, and all of a sudden that resource advantage that they have is lost now. Transatlantic Dream Team has 3 ultimates on deck, and they could use them to deadly effectiveness. Flamethrower being popped by Nye, but nobody to be seen. Here comes a Whirling Blade. Barrier comes up, and Skywind takes a little bit of damage.
But we know we're going to see a stun from Moldor very soon. Oh, and Shifu will go down. Here goes the stun. Trying to predict where Finlev was, but it's just a little too fast on that Piggy. Now we're going to see Nye get pulled in. She does have her ultimate. Oh, Eureka, though. Doesn't have his space up. Oh, pulled right back in. All of the proc. It's over 100 damage if you take every single tick mark, but we're going to see some machine gun action across the Finlev. Not enough to take him down. Joe getting pushed in. Oh, we're going to see a Rakan ultimate now. He's got all the range he needs. Right click, left click, right click, left click. Doesn't really matter. He's going to get healed and deal damage. Oh! Oh, the double X boomerang pushing them back into the darkness. Backs to the wall. They will go down. Second round goes to Excel Wizards.
So much passivity coming out of both teams, Excel Wizard and Transatlantic Dream Team. Excel Wizard had a pretty decent resource advantage over Transatlantic Dream Team for a duration of time during that round, but Transatlantic Dream Team was able to stall it out long enough to get a few center orbs, and then they had 3 full sticks of butter, but were not able to convert those into anything useful, and instead got turned around on by a piggy. And Finlev did so much damage to Physical's Nye and Stro, and eventually was just too much for their protection to handle. And I think that 2 big key mistakes for each team, just playing a little bit too passive.
That's the hardest part, knowing when you need to go in, because you can out-damage the other team. Weighing it out, especially by eyeballing it, trying to understand what they can dish out, is a hard thing to try and keep control of, especially in the midst of battle. But now we're going to see Rakan staying back, knowing he has his pull, wants to get that pull into his allies. He's going to get a pull on Eva, plus the silence pinning her to the wall, zap, and panic. She's going to take a good bit, but not as much as she could have. We're going to see Physicals getting behind the wall, mounting up, trying to get ready for it. That orb will go to... I was hoping you'd cue that in and you knew who it was. Nope, looks like we both got lost.
I think it went to Excel Wizard, and now Skyward pops his ultimate, or no, he actually spends the X-Bar. I thought I saw the ultimate graphic there, but that wasn't the case. Finlev and Niwa are actually very high up in resources, but I don't know how they best plan to spend it. Tractor Beam comes out from Nye, and I think Center Orb goes again to Excel Wizards. It's really incredibly difficult to tell, especially if you're not looking right at that moment.
So many people bleeding energy, all this energy going wasted, not we getting used. There we go. Now we're going to see a flamethrower from Eva. Tornado going down. Now they're all a little bit low. No ultimates are pulled just yet. Oh, getting them in, but them getting pushed right back out. Gonna get an M2. Good on Eva. She has jumped away, though. She has no more mobility. No, she might get hunted down by Skywin. Nope. Skywin knew he had to get away from that flamethrower. Quite a lot of damage. I believe it's 50 total to get every single tick mark.
Nice use of the tornado to try to get out of that scenario. Finlev might be in trouble, but here comes Physicals. Actually will use his counter, but doesn't get any proc off of it. The Eldura ultimate will take him away, and I think that was a smart choice because he was very liable to take a ton of damage there. Nice center orb does go to Skywin on that Shadow Bolt, and a huge amount of damage coming out onto Stro.
And now we're going to see, oh, Shifu's a bit low. The immaterial trying to get around that. Oh, Rakan.
Oh, she just smacked herself in the face with the X boomerang.
Oh, no. Taya has taken herself out in the in cap on Rakan's ultimate. It will go down. Just gets one right click. Oh, Eureka will, Physicals counter just in time, but back into the goo. Didn't matter, he immaterial his way out of it. Oh, and that will go to Transatlantic Dream Team. They will get that orb, the in cap again, removing one from the battlefield, but another ultimate. Oh, Physicals might go down. There's a sudden death has begun. Oh, what a fantastic ultimate from his ally. Stro will bring him down in a reign of terror.
Answering back 1 round after losing 2. And Transatlantic Dream Team are not willing to be out of this just yet. They played very methodically and were able to avoid a lot of damage there. And I think using that Eldora ultimate was really the big game changer. Physicals was caught in a bad situation, and Stro was able to identify it, and Physicals just took that and spent all that meter just to say, you know what, let's fight again another day. I'm going to reset the situation, get out of here, and I'm going to wait until I can get healed back up, restabilize, gain more resources, and see if we can reinitiate in a better scenario. And that's exactly what happened.
803 damage from Finlev. The next best in the opposite team was 698 with Eva. Just underneath that, 682 from Stro. We know he's a great damage dealer, especially for a support character. Does so much damage using that. Sands of time to his advantage, but now Eva is going to use her space to get away. She is hasted, but she is getting kind of low, pretty close to half health. She's going to get panicked as well. She's out of the fight temporarily. Oh, but the orb gets pushed right to her. She is so low, down to 1 bar, getting hunted down by Rakan. If they can take her down, they would take this next round.
Finlev has been doing so well in the opening points of the match, doing damage to both Stro and Physicals, and that left Skywin to 1v1 Nye, and really came out on top of that. You can see just how low Nye is right now. Has to use a jump, but Piggy is available, and I think that Transatlantic Dream Team happened to get that center orb, but still they're being put under a lot of pressure. Crippling Goo is on the floor, tried to spin the X boomerangs around the wall, but doesn't quite land on anything.
Eva, so low. Oh, and the ultimate's going to come out, and Eva's going to take a good chunk. Oh, and now so will his ally, Rakan. He is hasted, though, after the tornado. The M2 is going to go. Who will get this orb?
Was so hard to tell.
Dang, I was really hoping you knew. I like queuing it into you, and you know better than me.
it's a little bit difficult. I'm looking at other things right now, but Nai actually is going to pop the zap, and that's going to put them in a really awkward position. Gets feared away, and that might actually be a little bit better here. Nai did not want to be on the front lines because he could have gotten caught up. Niwa, oh, watch out for the Chrono Flux. The orb goes to Transatlantic Dream Team.
Finlev has 125% energy and on nearly full health. He is going to be a huge threat. This continues on 38% health pool to 65. Use something, man. Your energy is bleeding. You might as well go for it.
Everybody has ultimates available, and they're going for a big wobble combo. There's the
but he gets stunned immediately and then stunned again. That's why they want to use it. Oh, what? It just happened.
The Eldor guy eliminated the toxic goo on top. And
what happened to Taya? I need to see what happened to Finlev. I need to see it.
Finlev, I think, tried to pop the pig. He got stunned up there, and I think maybe it was a clarity push from Niwa that instantly dispelled that situation and was allowed them to turn around onto Stro. Right when that happened, I think put Stro in a dangerous spot, and they just all dunked damage onto him right when he came in, and it was enough to take him out.
Excel Wizards 3 rounds in, 2 more, and they will take the first map. Remember, this is the best of 3 maps, ladies and gentlemen. The Transatlantic Dream Team still have a chance to change up some team comps maybe, or just stick with it, talk about some tactics, and try and come back.
Excel Wizards gained such a good early footing in this particular round that just happened by having Finlev putting out damage on the 2 members, Physicals and Stro, left Nai kind of on the flank on the lonesome, and then Skywind was able to push Nai and win out a lot of early exchanges that bought them good positioning in the middle and a few center orbs, enough to tide them over and gain them the resources they needed to execute that combo at the end. And that's what we would really like to see out of the Taya pick, is just landing a lot of damage from long range. Will set yourself up in a situation where you can actually just ride that and take more positioning off of the fact that you're pushing your opponents back. The big problem is they need to avoid Physicals really, really well, because he's going to be coming in and trying to mess up that pressure for you.
And again, immediate center control. We're going to see Eva trying to get, oh, she gets Finlev, but Finlev gets healed up. Not a lot of max health just yet, no burst damage. Gotta be careful what cooldowns you use. Spreading out though, take a look at where Physicals is. Finds himself on the wrong side of the field, almost get down to knock Matt half health.
Habababa. There's a good use of the quicksand.
Didn't seem to matter. He ended up getting stunned right away. Couldn't even get a silence off, and Eva leaves nearly unscathed. Now we're gonna see Stro getting caught. Trying to use that. Oh, here goes nothing.
No.
Indeed. Now we're gonna see trying potentially get some pulls. Skywind misses his E. Oh no. That ult goes a little bit to waste. Lucy wasn't able to land out, but now we're gonna see the panic lethal injection combo on the bottom from Niwa. Physicals having a tough time.
Using the R to get out of that situation, and Skywind might be in trouble here. The tractor beam does come out. Tornado is being spent, and Nai is actually getting down pretty low. Quicksand does land onto Skywind, but the cross kill is right there. Ultimate does get popped by Skywind, and he will leech a lot of health. Meanwhile, Taya is the pressure target of choice, and that was very smart to do so. I think if they had tried to hit into Skywind there, they would have found themselves in a very awkward spot now. But Niwa and Skywind still have the opportunity to make a kill happen, and let's see if they can. No, the double crippling goo again, and Physicals is in an awkward spot. He's continually taking down health. So low, everybody's so low here. Oh, he makes the killing blow happen. The center orb.
He got the consume, so he does have one more silence. The counter gets proc though. Niwa may have taken that threat, and oh, the silence, he missed it. He missed the M1, and the ultimate will continue. Physicals will take him down. Niwa, not much energy, only 25%. He's not gonna be able to get any lethal injections. Does get a panic though. Oh no, the lethal injection smacked the wall, but he did build enough percentage up. Stro just used it. He does not have his ultimate. That stun may have actually been really good in this 2v1. Oh, so non-surprisingly will go to the Transatlantic Dream Team. There it is. There's the stun. Now they're gonna try and dish out the damage. The barrier though, so strong, giving her 50 technical current health.
There it is,
active, I should
finally
say.
Closing it out on Niwa. I can't believe they made it past that scenario. There was so much danger for Transatlantic Dream Team there. They were so low on health and kind of running around away from the 2 members of Excel Wizards. And Excel Wizards just couldn't get the positioning to close out the kills, and Stro slowly picked up his teammates, got the center orb, and stabilized them enough to make the kill. All right, here comes Finlev. again trying to poke, and it's going to be very important for them to sustain their health. Finlev really needs to be the ones putting out the damage on his opponents right now. It seems like the positioning is a little bit awkward. Physicals is going to try to come in from the side, and Naya is trying to help with the aggressive push. Meanwhile, Skyward is trying to come back and assist and silencing up either Naya or Physicals, see what they can to mitigate any damage, but they give away center orb control once again. Another
counter, Physicals gets propped, but he just used it to actually run away. He knew that he wasn't going to be able to do much and get pinned down immediately. His cooldowns were off, but a great pull. We're going to see Taya, but yet another counter procced for Physicals. Skywin getting the silence off, trying to chase down, but it looks like, oh, Eva's going to just try and choke down Taya, taking every shotgun bolt to the face. That orb will get picked up by, I believe, Excel Wizards.
Yes.
Getting Finlev. Oh, Finlev, will you get your ultimate off? Just staying out of range of the Eva. Ult door will go down. Has to use the tornado. Oh no, can't dodge the rocket. I'm surprised it wasn't just M1s with the spread. Risky with the rocket, and it is now a 2v2. But it's a 56% health pool to only 28. Niwa, Niwa used the barrier. Actually did a great job of dealing up with all of that. Panicked. Oh, couldn't iframe out of it, just missed.
That was really good for Niwa, using the barrier and buying that time to hit the deadly flash, and was able to pick himself up a lot. The health is very far in advantage of Excel Wizards, and I think they're well positioned to make something happen. There's not enough resources for a big ultimate pop. Hits into the counter, and that might help a little bit, but Niwa is just going to choose to roll away. We'll get the orb from Finlev's dead body, and Niwa does have Crippling Goo available. We'll see if they decide to spend any mobility here. Barrier is going to be used to counter up that counter there. Oh, no, Eva jumped in and it just got put in the goo and now is dead, leaving Physicals alone to handle both these players from Excel Wizards. What a big mistake from Nai. Jumped in, trying to be aggressive, but Niwa had the Crippling Goo in the pocket, just dropped it on her head, and goodbye, Eva.
That's why I expect we took so long to see high-level Eva. Her spacebar is very projected. Everyone knows she's used it. And everyone knows that as soon as she does, she is pretty much donezo as far as mobility goes. Unless she gets the recast, which we haven't really seen many top-level Evas go. They really want that zap instead. Or taser.
Yeah,
sorry.
The taser is really important for Eva. And I think one of the big things, it's kind of like a serious space, except you don't really have a counter afterwards. You just have the tractor, and that takes energy to use. Tractor beam, not the tractor. That would be interesting as well.
Orb control for the Dream Tree. Eva, he is turning around and trying to take that.
Physicals! Oh, tries to flick onto Eva, but Eva is going to jump away very smartly. Oh, gets a big swing on Physicals, and man, Excel Wizards are just putting out so much damage right now. There's a Petrify, and there could be a big combo that comes out of this, and they will finish it off on Shifu.
Physicals already down. There's the ultimate from Rakan, trying to get the pulls that he needs. Eva, oh, you're popped the piggy.
Pop the piggy and will go in, trying to do damage to Stro. Gets clawed up, and Stro's put into a bad spot. Gonna have to use his spacebar to get out of that scenario, but here comes a Crippling Goo, and Stro has no mobility to speak of, gets pushed around by Finlev, and there's the X-Boomerang gonna land, but not quite finishing out the kill. Meanwhile, Eva is being put under pressure, and Finlev is trying to look to finish this out. Spins the X-Boomerang around.
Oh my, that would have been gnarly.
There it is.
Oh, great pull, landing the last M1. Oh, Eva jumping right into the way.
Got him with the return. First map goes to Excel Wizards, and they only have one map to go, but Taya is really playing out very strong for the North American region today.
I feel like when you're going against a character like Taya, you have to just remove all your inhibitions and just run at her.
And just run.
I mean, that's obviously not the tactic, because that's why I'm not playing in this tournament right now. But I feel like just locking her down, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. All of you, please correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me how you think it should be dealt with. But I feel like the more you allow her to just have any space whatsoever, she's just going to keep doing the thing. I mean, she's got so much room. Those X-Boomerangs are so good to help her teammates out that are in the fray, right? Getting those stuns. She's got the pull to move them around a good bit. And then as soon as she gets her piggy, yep, pop the piggy, man. Just damage, 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 damage.
Completely destroying the team, the enemy team. Finlev doing so much with the piggy. And I think that you're right. You know, in many ways, it's kind of difficult to handle a Taya if she's just free on her own, just slinging those boomerangs out, back-to-back using X-Boomerang, just getting a ton of damage out there. Tough to deal with.
Let's take a look at a quick replay from that map 1, round 4. This is when Stro gets caught out with Rakan, a Rakan grab, and Finlev just gets away barely at the end of this. Oh, this was it. Okay, I need to pay attention to what happens here. We see the piggy come out. She gets stunned. And now stunned. And now what happens. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Eva ults followed by everything else, followed by some stuff from Stro. And then Stro goes down with the sacrifice. That was, I hadn't really caught, I don't think I heard the audio cue of Eva using her ultimate, and I was too busy honing down on if she can get anything off with the piggy. And I didn't hear it go off, so I'm like, where'd all the health go? It's like someone just poked a hole in the bottom of her health bar and just leaked out all over the place.
Just all over the floor.
Oh, Mom's spaghetti.
It was in the crippling goo.
It was Mom's spaghetti instead.
Gross.
I know, it's disgusting.
Green spaghetti.
What? Now we're combining Dr. Seuss with Mom's spaghetti. What a mashup, folks.
Oh, man.
We will be soon getting underway with our map 2. We have one team on top now with a single win in the maps. If they're able to take it again, they will take our final spot in first place. We've only got one first place spot.
Can only go to one team.
And they'll take it. And what do they win?
They'll win $200 and the Demonic Steed.
What about second place?
$100 in the Demonic Steed.
Third?
Demonic Steed.
Fourth?
Demonic Steed. It's just Demonic Steed
Seventh.
from here on out. Demonic Steed still.
Ninth.
Points.
20th.
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Sorry, 20th
just the
place.
experience.
Sorry, 20th place. Hope you had fun.
You just win the experience, and that's all. Waiting for these players to ready up, and they're going to take a little bit of time and wonder what's going through their minds in terms of strategy and trying to figure out how they're best going to navigate the situation. Physical, Stro, and Nye didn't necessarily get stomped, but they need to win more rounds to make it closer, right?
I don't think they need to change team comps. I definitely think they can handle what was going against them. I just think they need to handle it better.
I agree. I think so.
Words of wisdom from Findable Carpet. Do what you're doing, just do it better.
I mean, sometimes it's true, right? When you get into the mechanical specifics of certain things, sometimes a strategy, it might not be the most ideal, but it's not the worst. But if you can't execute it, it's just not gonna look very successful for you. And I think that's one of the things that they do have to consider. Is our strategy working out? Is it just something executional that we have to figure out? And that's kind of the trade-off that you really have to consider. It's kind of the same thing about, do we change team compositions, right? Or can we actually be successful with this team composition? And it's really just a mechanical thing that we have to fix.
I mean, what we've learned so far, even just from our wee little tournament, team composition, while it means a lot, if you're good enough and you have the capabilities to pull it off, and I think a prime example is Telrosk. Teldo
Jade
and Veros, right?
They're probably the only successful Croak Jades that are playing in BattleRekt tournaments right now.
Which to me proves a lot. I'm not saying that, I mean, that combo is clearly strong, but executing it, you have to be on a certain level with each other and also just as individuals, being able to execute at a very fine level. So I think that since they're the only, like, it's not like you see a bunch of Croak Jades out there, right? And two is you see people trying to emulate it, Croak Jades, Krogashkas. You just essentially are looking for that wombo combo, that CC, and then deal as much damage as you can with a bunch of abilities. But in general, I really enjoy personally, especially here, we've seen a lot of different team comps. I mean, just in general, we saw it at Finlev, Skywin, and Niwa with our Taya, Rakan, and Lucy. I mean, that's something we haven't seen. And we don't see Taya this far. We don't see Eva this far. But I think it just really, honestly, for me as a fan of just the game in general, BattleRekt, it shows a lot to the balance. It shows a lot to the fact that it really just takes a little bit of time for us as a group to learn how to capitalize on somebody. Because while somebody looks really bad potentially at a glance, like, oh, this person's just not going to be good in any team comp. And then you find two weird characters that fit with them. You're like, wait a second. It's actually really hard to deal with the way that people are playing right now, with the meta people handle, and the type of champions we're running into. And I think that's slowly what we're getting into. So let's get into map number 2. Let's see if we can see a comeback opportunity from the Transatlantic Dream Team.
No changes.
No changes.
No changes. Excel Wizards up one map. Transatlantic Dream Team on the verge of being eliminated. And they will have their dreams crushed.
There's no Dream Crushers here.
There's no Dream Crushers here, but dreams are still being crushed. We'll see what adjustments are going to be made in the second map. Looks like Physicals is trying to find some way to get in on the flank. Will end up getting in on Finlev. No, just uses Finlev to leapfrog over to Niwa, and that's going to be their target of choice. Niwa's going to get pushed away, and now it's just going to be Skywin isolated alone, 3v1. But will teleport away, lands the panic onto the Eva, and that's going to isolate 9 now.
Eva now stuck in the back, but a great in cap. Good EX use on Niwa. Niwa now, though, doesn't have a whole lot. Has to use the roll.
Physicals in a bad spot. Will have to use his counter. It gets pushed away, and I actually think that FinLev probably wanted to push Physicals deeper into the team there, because he would have taken a ton of damage if that was the case. Another counter will get baited out and gets pushed away. Double incapacity is going to leave Skyward alone. He has to teleport away. There's a Chronoflux to stop any kind of assist and any center orb control that Excel Wizards is thinking about. And the Transatlantic Dream Team will land it.
There goes the Piggy. Oh, getting at least one. Oh, only one M1, but it doesn't really matter. Just have to put the pressure on pushing everybody back.
Throw.
Oh, what a fantastic Chronoflux. So now we're going to see Rakan do his best to try and retreat. The double petrify. Fantastic. Physicals knowing, oh, the boomerang does not proc. The back. Oh my god. Eva getting the X boomerang.
Both Physicals and Eva are really, really low. And FinLev, Skywin, and Niwa are pushing. Oh! Threads the needle, places the X boomerangs around the wall, and hits Physicals for a big connection. And that's going to put a lot of pressure onto Transatlantic Dream Team. Shifu does get taken down, and FinLev is just continuing to dominate. Oh, the Chronoflux is well positioned, stops a lot of damage from going out. FinLev is threatening on the side, will get rooted up. And maybe the Piggy is coming here after an X boomerang drop. We'll see, there it is. Toxic goo, crippling goo coming out, will finish off the Eva, and now finally Uldor does go down. And it just seemed like Excel Wizards trapped Transatlantic Dream Team into that corner and just never let them go. Was able to land a lot of attacks from FinLev and keep controlling center orb. And when you get put into that scenario, there's little to nothing you can do, because FinLev is keeping an eye out, and Skywind is just going to be picking at the sides, using Claw of the Wicked to make sure he's always getting some really good trades with his charged up Mouse 1.
Pinning them back made it very difficult for them to attempt to try and get orb. Every now and then you saw somebody break free, like some sort of jailbreak, trying to go snag it. I don't know if they were able to grab many, maybe one of them. But overall, we did see Excel Wizards with a fantastic job of just staying on top of things.
Jailbreak, huh?
Jailbreak.
Get out of jail free card. Not available to the Transatlantic jail team.
Jail team.
Dream Team.
Transatlantic jail team.
All right, there's a Claw of the Wicked. Nai has to run, but the Shadow Bolt gets dunked in the face. There's the R teleport, and Nai, oh, the shield comes out. Niwa and FinLev caught in the back. Physicals gets petrified, and that's going to buy Niwa some space. But I think the center orb went to Transatlantic Dream Team anyways. A big petrify onto the Taya. But there's the Vortex. Watch out for the Chronoflux. But this opens up an opportunity for FinLev to do a lot of damage here. Who's he going to pick? Physicals is the only one that's available, but Stro is coming right up. Tries to throw the boomerangs around the wall again, and it would have worked.
Oh, Skywin pulled himself into that. He couldn't snag the orb either way. He had to use his arm. Oh, right into Physicals. Physicals with the ultimate. Oh, fantastic tornado saving them, but Niwa's going to take a good bit of damage. Surprise. We didn't see Rakan turn around and just try and take out Physicals while they were in a 3v1, and now Physicals will remove Lucy from the match.
It's going to be hard for Excel Wizards to come back from this. There's so little health and few to no resources. Actually, both of them have a full stick of butter, but they will not be able to spend
take out Eva. Oh, there goes the silence. The ultimate, though, going to try and get a couple of right clicks. Oh, he can do a lot of damage to Stro. Stro is now close. Oh, gets one more. Oh, no more health. Trying to get the consume.
Oh, the rocket is just well timed. And Transatlantic Dream Team answer back strong. This time they were unwilling to give up the center or positioning and smartly kiting around the walls. And more importantly, I think Nai and Stro were able to keep closer together and save themselves from the terror that was FinLev. I think positioning themselves on that side of the map was much better than that kind of middle barrier that we see that I'm circling right here. And I think the main reason is FinLev can play better around that smaller wall as opposed to this big wall that's kind of at the angle.
And I think it's definitely easy. Well, I don't say easy, but if you don't play Eva, definitely don't overlook the fact that she doesn't have Zap. Zap will remove all negative effects, and shield the target ally. That will include yourself as well. The shield absorbs up to 28 damage and increases movement speed by 50%. Incredible little speed boost. Lasts for 2.5 seconds. Great ability. Easy to kind of forget. Oh, man. My throat's just giving up on me.
Goodbye, Phil. Thank you for your hard work. Incapacitate lands onto Niwa, and Niwa's going to have to build space between him and Physicals, but Physicals is just unrelenting. But here comes Skywin, it's going to land a Shadow Bolt, and the center orb goes to Transatlantic Dream Team for the moment. Nye is at full ultimate now. Meanwhile, Physicals is actually building up a lot of meter here, just beating into Niwa. And oh no, a big stun and get fried! The flamethrower comes out, crippling goo is going to be the choice here. The center orb goes to Transatlantic again, and they're going to push to make something happen here. Stro has his ultimate available, so he has a get out of jail free card for any of his teammates, and he might use it to combo out this Rukon. We'll see. On the top, Physicals is pressuring, but Skywin has to back away so much, and right now Excel Wizards are losing so much positioning. There's the Rukon ultimate drop, but the Whirling Blade to answer, and down goes Rukon. Transatlantic answering back strong. We'll probably take a second round here. We'll see if the end clutch can happen from Excel Wizards, but it seems unlikely.
Finland does his ultimate, though. We do know what the Pop and Piggy can do. She can probably immediately remove at least one, maybe two from the field. But I think her ultimate got interrupted last second.
Oh, nice taser.
Never mind. This is going to be done, so. Sorry, Finlev. A for effort, buddy.
A for effort. That's what that means right there. Finlev. I think that they're doing a much better job of shutting down the positioning that Finlev can achieve, and just making it really awkward for Finlev to be trying to sling boomerangs and land damage. On top of the fact that they're really going ham into Skywind. He's been so low in all these rounds, having to back away, and that's really what's losing their positioning. The reason why you would pick the Rukon Lucy is that you can hold good positioning for your range damage deal like Finlev, and allow them to just start sitting back and aiming their skill shots in a very easy manner. And that just isn't achievable when Skywind loses so much health so quickly. Nice. Skywind gonna be able to get a Shadow Ball onto Physicals. That's so much damage.
Physicals. This might be the end for Physicals already.
And watch out for Stro too.
Stro's getting low. Oh, there goes the Petrify. Oh, but accidentally procced. Oh my, what just happened? Physical just got shoved around and thrown around like a rag doll. He's gonna stand behind this wall. That should change her targets.
The Piggy's coming.
The Piggy's coming, and now she's out of energy. The space is gonna come out.
Watch out! Oh, has to spend the immaterial. The crippling goo on top nearly catches Physical, and only a sliver of health. Stro has to run away too, and there's a good claw of the Wicked. Will close it out on Physicals. Now Excel Wizards is answering back. They got so much pressure, dealt so much damage in that opening moment, put Physicals so low that there's just no way that they could justify staying there. The Claw of Wicked turns around and pulls Rukon even closer to Nye. And they're going to be, they have so much health and the ability to just brute force their way in here.
Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a.
Not going to do a lot of damage. Stro is in an awkward spot. There's a Sinister Strike plus a Charged Weapon Strike. Skywind will easily be able to close that out. And we see how strong Excel Wizards can be when they get their ideal scenario.
Tying it up, 2 rounds to 2 rounds. Excel Wizards trying to seal the steal, trying to shut them out while they get a chance. But the Dream Team wants to keep the Dream alive.
The Dream alive.
They want to keep the Dream.
Keep the Dream. I don't know what we're saying anymore. What's going on?
I don't know. I think the last 35 minutes of my life is actually a blackout.
A blackout?
Yeah, I don't think I have any idea what's going on.
Have we returned to sleep talking?
My body is fully shut down.
Fully shut down. All right, Physicals, Nye, and Stro went and got themselves an early 2 rounds, but now they're having to answer back to Excel Wizards. And they've obviously made some kind of adjustment to make them more successful. Nice quicksand off the taser, and good awareness by Stro. Oh! The X boomerangs will land. Oh no, and it looks like, oh, the Rukon getting pretty low in Skywind. That was the big thing for Transatlantic Dream Team, is chunking down Skywind when they have the opportunity to. I'm not exactly sure what's changed, but they seem to be much better at rotating their targets. Immaterial does
Physicals all the way in there. Going against Niwa and Skywind, they can get a good stun on him, but now we're going to see Eva in as well. Rakan doing a good job again. Now he's going to try and snag some M2s. That has a pretty low cooldown. He's got a charged weapon. Ooh, almost pulls himself through that Chronoflux.
Nice center orb control from Transatlantic Dream Team, and that's going to help put them in a better spot against Excel Wizards here, where the health trading is so even. But here comes big moves from Physicals, and he's pretty healthy right now. Finlev is not in a position to turn damage around onto Physicals, but he will land onto the back line, but they don't seem to care.
Oh,
the taser does land.
Wasted the ultimate, barely anything got on that Rakan. He also got flamethrower. It's so much energy, and Rakan's still alive. The haste after the tornado actually saved him. Oh, here comes the Piggy. Gonna get some damage on Stro. It's the only thing in reach. And the orb, I believe they will snag it. Yes, they will.
Oh, there's an Uldur ultimate gonna stun up. Skyward just barely gets out by the Clarity Potion, tries to use a Sinister Strike and hits all three. Oh no, Eva is in a bad spot, and it's really up to the next few seconds.
Stro back in even. Stro might go down, even though he had so much health not that long ago. Oh,
Stro does go down.
He does. Grab that health while you can, either of you. Oh, Solo, good push. Oh, Eva's not paying attention to the right thing. Tried to X-Boomerang around it, but a good cancel. There goes the stun, even though the orb got grabbed.
Piggy is coming again. Watch out. He needs to peel, I think, for Niwa. The counter does proc, and that's actually really good. It puts Shifu in a bad spot to keep attacking Niwa, and that's really their target of choice.
Yeah, that's actually fantastic. Got a good pull, and she was so fast she was able to get away. The sudden death has begun. Who will get the center orb? You have to be careful. The X-Boomerang.
Oh, they will get it.
FinLab grabs it. He's getting so close. If you can get that orb behind him. Oh, man, the ultimate. Push. Physicals. So close.
Whoa!
Go down.
Whoa, the tornado. I mean, FinLab just came up huge for Niwa. Got the left click.
Oh, what a pull. What friggin' play.
FinLab saved Niwa's life, closed out the kill on physicals, and then pushed Nai to his doom. There were so many things that Philip just carried the world on his shoulders.
That is a North American Week 2, 3v3, BattleRekt Season 1, Broman of the Day.
Broman of the Day. That was absolutely incredible. Got that left click too. The timing could not have been more perfect on the tornado. Oh, nice around the wall. Philip is so good at playing around that obstacle. Here we see Physicals trying to do what he can. Will actually get away. Stro needs to heal as desperately as he can, but Skywind tries to go for the Claw of the Wicked, but doesn't quite get it off the counter. Kuju is activated. Here comes Finlip, going to put big damage on the Stro, and this is the pressure that, oh no, Transatlantic Dream Team does not want to deal with. The Chronoflux is going to stabilize them for just a little bit, but 9 needs to be careful. There's the Vortex.
That was a good pull. Good Vortex pulling them in for a good solid
Physicals is being set up on right now. Immaterial does get popped. Counter is the only thing left for Physicals, and it's actually going to get baited. The crippling goo. He gets pushed into it. Physicals run. The piggy is here. Physicals is going to go down. Niwa and Skywind do a high five because that was a fantastic tag team, and Physicals is out of the game.
Physicals got absolutely destroyed there. Nothing he can do. He got pulled. He tried to use M2 to get out. Oh, fully consumed. There it goes. Trying to get ulted. Going to go back on Niwa, but it's going to be enough. Eva now getting threatened down by Tai. Oh, there's the X-Boomerang followed by the M1. Here comes the piggy, popping yet another one. Stro trying to hide behind some walls. That orb will get taken by Excel Wizards.
Nice fishes off Eva, and now the Uldur goes down. Uh-oh. On match point, Excel Wizards. Looks like they lost 2 rounds, but since then, Transatlantic Dream Team couldn't make it work. They came so close, but then Finliv and Niwa clutched it out, and all of a sudden, the tournament is on the line, and Excel Wizards are positioning themselves to take first place.
They're allowing them to come in, make them feel like they're putting on the pressure. They're getting a panic or a hard CC, and they're just using all the raw damage they have to just hone in on somebody that goes too close. Physicals tends to be the one that takes the first chunk of damage, which makes sense. That is his character build, but take a look at that already. Down about a third health. He's going to have to get healed back up. Silence getting chased down by Rakan. Just M1 chunk after chunk. Oh, knew the counter was coming up. Flicks that M2 over to Uldur instead. Now Uldur trying to take the damage. There goes the Petrify.
Oh, he's trying to pop his ultimate, and he's going to Vortex everything up. Just going to start left-clicking, but all the CC comes out, but now there's no CC for the piggy. The Chronoflux comes down. Nobody's going to hit Physical's counter. A stun comes up, and that's a big taser. But right now, they're all piled into the corner. Here it comes, the X-Boomerang, but the Chronoflux is going to save them. Nothing is going to reflect onto Excel Wizards, though, and so much pressure. The center orb does go to the Dream Team, and that's a big win for them. They really, really needed that because so much pressure was coming down, and they played defensively very excellently. Could have lost a life here. Here comes the Uldur ultimate.
Just got saved by Stro.
Oh, all members of Excel Wizards escape.
Skywind really wants that, but the good spacebar. Oh no, Physicals might have put himself in a terrifying place. The orb was going to get stolen anyways. Now Physicals, not much health. Niwa has so much energy, so many lethal injection potential.
Nine might be in a really bad spot here.
That got in there, but oh no, we're gonna see potentially Skywind might go down. He's gonna get a flamethrower, has to R away. Chased in, but oh, and he pulls Stro into the goo. There comes the piggy. Pop goes the piggy.
Nice from Nai, uses the range incapacity and does hit the piggy there and only gets 2 boomerangs down. And we'll see Atlantic Dream Team just refuses to die, and they're playing so well defensively. The health levels are really low. Everything is looking really dangerous now. Oh no, Physicals goes in and gets silenced up. There's a counter, but the flick onto Eldora, and Skywind was having a telepathic connection with Finland because that Shadow Bolt came out as well, and now the Whirling Blade comes out but finds no kills, and I think that Excel Wizards might have done it. We'll see. The Baron comes out, and that's going to protect Skywind, and Shifu goes down. It's just Eva left, gets pulled in by the Claw of the Wicked, and now Eva against the world. And I don't know. There it is, the final blow, and Excel Wizards with the Taya, Rukon, Lucy team composition will close out the map, winning 2-0, and Taya claims a tournament victory for herself.
I cannot believe I just watched Taya make it all the way to the end of the BattleRekt tournament. Congratulations to them. Using a team comp we don't see very often, but I do love that we saw an Eva opposite them in the finals. Everyone using unique stuff, everyone going for some fun things. And just a clarification, because I see some people complaining because they're divas. We know it's not a pig. All right? We know it's not a pig. That's part of the joke. It's a lot better to say, here comes the piggy, than, oh, the bumbling boar's in town. It's not as cool. So don't worry. It's under control. We're just